You better not spoil this game. Do not worry, I'm not going to spoil this game at all. There will be no story spoilers in this video. I'm just going to be sticking to the open world structure, the gameplay, the graphics, that sort of thing. So use the video guide down in the description below if you just want to skip ahead to the graphics or something. But no worries, you will not see any spoilers here, so let's do this. Hey guys, what's up? It's Robbie with Awww Games, and yes, I have my own copy of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I have been playing it for the past 2 days, and what do I think of the game so far? Well, the game absolutely sucks. Just kidding, it doesn't. It is absolutely amazing. The perfect scores are legit. The game is getting very high scores for a reason, for sure. As you can see, the goat dude is just chill. He's like, man, see, this game is awesome. Come join me. But yeah, we're going to dive straight into the features right now. And you'll notice that this review is a little bit different. I usually do these fancy reviews. Well, there's several reasons for that. One of them is, you know, Konami is really strict about embargoes. I'm going to go into that later. But let's talk about the open world. What is it like? Well, I really do love the animal life, first of all. I think it is one of those spotlight features for this game. This game really does feel like a military anime slash Red Dead Redemption open world game. If you love the sound of that, you will love Metal Gear Solid 5. It really does feel like a lot of Red Dead in there, which is a good thing, just from riding on horseback, running into all these animals, and you do capture them. But the open world is going to be split into 2 different maps. Here we see Afghanistan. This is going to be your more desert map. Took me about 15 minutes to get across this map, and then I have not been to the other map, which is going to be a forested region within Africa. It looks so freaking cool. I am so excited to go to Africa because they both offer their different types of weather systems. Afghanistan is going to be more sandstorms. Actual sandstorms roll in, change the gameplay environment to where you can't see, the enemies can't see you. And then I guess Africa is going to have major storms. I personally am a huge fan of storms in open world games. You guys know that. And there are differences in gameplay from nighttime to daytime, different enemy rotations, that sort of thing. But yes, you could take a buddy into battle with you, as you can see here. It is so much fun taking a buddy into battle. You can have your dog, Dee Dee the dog. Finding Dee Dee the dog for the first time was freaking epic. I had a total blast with that. The animal life in this game is just makes you laugh. It is hilarious. If you love animals like me, you will really dig the open world because there's an animal around every corner. I have stumbled into some different creatures. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys there, but it is awesome. I love the humor in this game. I mean, Hideo Kojima's humor is really shining through even the open world. I was really worried that that would be lost in translation from going to a linear Metal Gear experience to the open world one, and it is still very much intact now. The open world is divided into many different segments, I guess you would say. You have, you know, your 2 maps, Afghanistan and Africa, and then you have your base. Now, this is where you develop everything. As you can see here, it looks beautiful at nighttime. I love the nighttime for the base. But yes, you will be able to capture enemies, train them to do your R&D for your weapons, and to upgrade your character overall. So that's what your base is going to be focused on. Going out into the actual open world will consist of your story missions, and then, you know, side activities like collecting resources for your base. So a lot of things are tied down to that base, and you will have to protect it in multiplayer PvP, so someone will try to invade your base and take it out. So that's going to be exciting once multiplayer is implemented, and more on multiplayer later in this video. But I cannot wait for that to release this October. You put a cute dog in front of someone, and the next moment they're dead. Metal Gear. But as you can tell, the game is absolutely gorgeous. I have no major complaints about the graphics. It is open world, so expect things in the distance to be blurrier and less detailed than things up close and personal. But the game is running at 1080p and 60 frames per second. We actually made it, guys! We actually have a 60 frames per second open world game. Finally, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous that it has taken this long to get there. But on the Xbox One, it's 60 frames per second at 900p. I don't really notice the difference. I am playing on PS4. I guess I do want those extra Ps. So, It's still an amazing game, I think, on both consoles, so don't worry about it. No big deal there. The multiplayer is going to be interesting, though, when that finally comes out, and the gameplay features are really where it's at. But, man, those graphics really do matter, especially when you get into those cutscenes. The cutscenes, guys, are absolutely beautiful. I won't go into any story details, but I will tell you the quality of the story and the actual directing and cinematic presence is absolutely up there with Hollywood presentation, which is amazing. They've even got the spy game composer composing the open world music and those cinematic scenes. And me and my brother Ryan were sitting there, we're like, wow, the music is freaking amazing in this game, and there is reason for that. They got a top-notch composer to work on this game for sure. So, Robbie, how does it play? Can I go and kill everyone in the game world? Is it stealthy? Well, it is very much a stealth-focused game, much like the previous Metal Gears. There are bigger rewards for being stealthy in this game, and rightfully so. That's how it should be for a Metal Gear game. But, you know, you can go into the game world, guns a-blazing, of course. That is something you can definitely do. Expect it to be pretty hard because the AI, they're pretty good. They actually adapt to their surroundings and over time. So 3 hours in, they'll have a certain tactic against trank guns. Compared to 8 hours in, they may have armored up and have realized that you are using trank guns too much. That sort of thing applies to the mechanics for the AI. So as I get into the game, I have noticed different tactics being used, especially at nighttime, since I attack at night so often. They seem to be becoming like self-aware Skynet. No, I'm just kidding, but they seem to be becoming very aware of what is going on. But, you know, the night versus day is also another mechanic that is very important to Metal Gear. You will notice different enemy routines during the day. At nighttime, they seem to be on you, you know. Of course, they can't see you as much, but the reaction is like they're a bit more panicked from what I have noticed, and very, very aggressive in searching for you. They will send out search parties. They will contact other outposts. You know, you'll freak them out, and you will see all of a sudden all the outposts going off, you know, on the map, all of them turning red, and you know, shoot, I have totally screwed up. And it's very hard to get away from them for sure, except that you have to keep running and running and running. So be careful getting caught. But Robbie, I don't want to play alone. I want to play with other people. Yes, you will be able to come October. It's not going to release with the game, unfortunately. Darn, I really want to try this, but it makes sense. I think it's better to really get familiar with the gameplay mechanics. The gameplay mechanics in this game are very deep. You can do minute things with the controls compared to most other games. This is catered to hardcore players a lot. You know, it's not overwhelming. You can play it very casually, but if you want to get hardcore with it, you can, which I really love. You don't see that a lot lately because of the mobile scene. A lot of publishers are like, how can we get the casual player into Metal Gear, into, you know, our game or whatever? And the way to do it is dumb down the controls. They haven't done this at all with Metal Gear, so that's really good news. But yes, a lot of these gameplay mechanics will carry over into multiplayer in October. You can expect some sort of huge multiplayer component to release. I'm hoping it's something as big as GTA Online. This game has so much freaking potential with the multiplayer. And of course, you have to worry about other players capturing your, or taking on, excuse me, your base, your forward operating base, the FAHB or F.O.B. They really like their acronyms in Metal Gear Solid. So you have to be careful about that. That's something that you're going to have to worry about when you actually play Metal Gear 5 in October. I think you might be able to play, you should be able to play this game offline completely, of course, if you wanted to. If you didn't want to worry about that crap, about your base being invaded, yes, you can play the game offline. So don't worry about that. But I'm going to be playing online. I'm going to be paranoid about my base, and I will be defending it. So if you come after me, I will kill you. So be warned. So Robbie, what's going on? I noticed your review is a little bit different than most other videos that you have done. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because of the Konami review embargo. Guys, they are so freaking strict with their content ID system, with how they are treating, you know, reviewers and how they are going about the review embargo. So I'm not going to be showing too much in this video. Of course, I have not. And, you know, those 10 out of 10 review scores were actually done in a way where IGN, GameSpot, and big game critics were invited out to Konami. They got 5 days to play, and then they were expected to do a review. I think it's possible. There's a lot of controversy about that. I don't think the reviews are scams. I think that you can develop a good, solid opinion based off of 50 hours or so of gameplay. I mean, that's good enough, seriously. You don't need to cram in too much. You can get a solid opinion for sure. So the reviews, I think, after my time playing the game are pretty legit. I don't give it a score right now because I've only played it for a couple hours. And even if I did play 500 hours into the game, I wouldn't give it a score. I would just say, go out and get it. And right now at this point, after a couple hours, you will not be disappointed in the game. Fallout 4 and Metal Gear Solid 5 are going to be going, bam, head-to-head this fall. If you're an open world gamer, I would recommend getting both. Eventually down the road, buy one for Christmas or whatever, and then wait for the other one to go down in price eventually. I don't know how you're going to do it, but eventually I know you guys will have both of these games in your library for sure. But let me know what you think about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, from this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you make of it, and look forward to more Metal Gear Solid 5. Hopefully, if I'm able to get through the content ID system, I don't have to worry about Konami in the future. And of course, more open world gaming goodness. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!